Michael Carter stands proudly in front of his log cabin by the peaceful lake. Victoria Lane arrives in a shiny car, her eyes fixed sharply on the property. "This land is mine," Victoria yells, waving documents in her hand. Michael folds his arms, replying firmly, "I built this home with my own hands." Villagers passing by stop to watch the heated argument unfold. Officer Daniels soon arrives, trying to calm the rising tension. Michael retreats inside his cabin, frustration weighing on his face. That night, Emily comforts him, saying, "Don't give up, brother." Michael stares at the fire, clutching his father's old land papers. Emily places her hand on his shoulder, whispering, "We'll fight this." Victoria meets her lawyer at a hotel, plotting her next move. She smirks, convinced that her wealth will win the battle. Michael sharpens his tools outside, trying to focus on work. Villagers stop by, encouraging him not to let the land go. A letter arrives summoning both parties to court. Michael looks at Emily, determination shining in his eyes. In court, Victoria's lawyer presents polished documents. Judge Harrison listens carefully, his brow furrowed in thought. Michael nervously hands over his old deeds and family letters. The judge examines them, sensing irregularities in Victoria's claims. Outside, Victoria smiles confidently, reporters swarming around her. Michael walks past quietly, refusing to let pride shake him. Emily hugs Michael and whispers, "Truth has its own power." Michael nods, though doubt still lingers in his eyes. Officer Daniels begins investigating both sides' evidence. He notices odd details in Victoria's property records. That evening, Victoria meets a local official in secret. She slides an envelope across the table, sealing the bribe. Daniels secretly witnesses the exchange from the shadows. His jaw tightens, knowing he must report the truth. Back at the cabin, Michael shares his worries with Emily. She reminds him, "Father always said the land is ours." Michael digs through his father's old trunk for proof. Inside, he finds faded journals with cryptic notes. He flips the pages, his heart racing with hope. The story is not over yet. One night, Michael discovers a folded paper tucked inside the journal. It's a signed agreement gifting the land to his father. Emily gasps in disbelief, clutching the fragile paper tightly. "This is the proof we needed," she says with relief. Michael and Emily rush to show Officer Daniels. Daniels warns, "Keep it safe, Victoria will try to destroy it." Meanwhile, Victoria grows impatient with the slow court process. She sends her men to intimidate Michael at the cabin. At midnight, the men try to break into the log house. Michael fights them off bravely with only a lantern in hand. The villagers hear the noise and rush to help. Together, they chase Victoria's men away into the dark forest. Michael stands on the porch, bruised but unbroken. Emily holds his arm proudly, saying, "You're stronger than them." Victoria fumes in her mansion, smashing a glass in rage. Her lawyer warns her, the judge is growing suspicious. Michael returns to court with the precious document hidden safely. Victoria watches him closely, her eyes sharp like knives. Judge Harrison calls both parties to present their final evidence. The courtroom falls silent, heavy with anticipation. Michael steps forward, placing his father's signed agreement on the table. The entire courtroom leans in, eyes widening at the revelation. Judge Harrison studies the paper carefully with a stern face. Victoria shifts uncomfortably, sweat forming on her forehead. "This proves my family's rightful ownership," Michael declares firmly. The villagers sitting behind him cheer softly. Victoria's lawyer jumps up, shouting objections angrily. The judge silences him with a raised hand. Officer Daniels enters the courtroom unexpectedly. He requests permission to speak under oath. Daniels testifies about Victoria's secret bribe to the official. Gasps fill the room as whispers spread like wildfire. Victoria slams her hands on the table, furious and desperate. Her lawyer lowers his head, knowing the case is lost. Judge Harrison leans forward, voice steady and clear. "The land rightfully belongs to Michael Carter," he declares. Cheers erupt as the villagers clap in celebration. Victoria storms out angrily, her empire of lies crumbling. Michael stands tall, tears glistening in his eyes. Emily hugs him tightly, whispering, "We did it." Outside the courthouse, villagers gather around Michael, cheering his name. He thanks them humbly, saying, "This victory is for all of us." Officer Daniels shakes Michael's hand firmly. "Your courage inspired me to do what's right," he admits. Emily smiles proudly, her eyes shining with relief. "You've honored Father's memory today," she tells Michael. Reporters swarm Michael, asking how he feels. He simply replies, "I just wanted to keep my home." Victoria drives away in anger, her reputation ruined. For once, her wealth and power could not save her. Michael returns to the lake cabin, standing on the porch. The golden sunset reflects beautifully on the calm waters. Emily brings out fresh bread, and they sit together for dinner. Laughter returns to the cabin after weeks of tension. Villagers stop by, bringing gifts and congratulating Michael. The once quiet cabin now glows with community spirit. That night, Michael gazes at the stars with a smile. "This land will always be our family's home," he whispers. The story closes with Michael, Emily, and their friends gathered by the fire. The cabin stands strong, a symbol of truth, courage, and justice.